taxpayers, you're back with MrTaxes.ca with special guests and our special co-host. Make sure and tune in weekly Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Central. Remember to subscribe and remember to smash, bash, and kick it in the you-know-what with that like button if you want more videos like this.
So welcome to the Dollar Tax Club weekly webinar. There's Rob.
Not sure what happened there, guys.
Yeah, the video was super glitchy today.
Well, that's because I was super glitchy, I guess, just getting out of hospital 2 days ago. So I might be a little bit slow today trying to keep up with you fast trackers.
It's all good. We'll keep you up to speed.
Yeah, so here we are. What week are we on, Jess?
32.
Yeah, this is a weekly challenge for us to figure out which week we're on. But we're over halfway through the year.
It's probably the hardest question of the year or of the week that I get.
Yeah, try and stump Jesse. So we got a couple guests on today. We have Trent and Kyle. Trent from First Look and Kyle who keeps the wheels turning there. We'll get to your presentation, but just say hi, guys.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Hey, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, awesome. I can't wait to take a deeper dive into the software that you guys got going, the marketing software, and I'm very excited to take a look under the hood because Kyle's been talking about it for about a year now, since he started working with you, Trent, and I haven't seen him this excited in a while. He's usually just
Yeah, we got some big stuff going on for sure.
Awesome. So every week, this is your Dollar Tax Club weekly affiliate webinar where we drop bombs for affiliate marketers. Jesse, our special co-host, brings you tips and tricks every week for affiliate marketers. And Trent and Kyle that are on today are going to take a deep dive under the hood on First Look. It's firstlook.com. So Alicia will get that info into the chat area. But if you're watching this on the replay, it'll be in the links below. Remember to like, subscribe, and smash, bash, and kick it in the you-know-what with that like button. So what do we got every week, Jess? What do we bring our viewers?
Well, we always like to give some tips, some jokes, have some fun, give some insight, marketing tips, tax tips, all sorts of tips and fun. And, it's always best when we have guests come on. I love to learn from, all the people that we've had through the show so far. And I'm really excited to see what these fellas have to offer.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And then at the end, try and save your questions at the end. Alicia, who is our moderator working in behind the scenes, will get, if you want to drop some links, guys, she'll get them typed into the chat area. You both have access to the chat area on the right side. So that's something we do towards the end is get to the Q&A. I believe we're on week 32. We'll blame that on the morphine this week. Just getting out of hospital 2 days ago. The drugs still haven't worn off. So I think we're on week 32. And a little bit about us. We've been in the business a long time. So our main gig is accounting. So income tax, bookkeeping, payroll. We do corporate tax, personal tax, but we also do financial planning. So if you're an affiliate marketer that's getting into big tax issues, or you want to share tax tips or strategies with your team, reach out to us. One of the biggest strategies in Canada is becoming self-employed, and that's one of the biggest hooks that affiliate marketers have for people wanting to join their team is, hey, you can save tax. And then, this person you're trying to recruit asks you, well, how do I do that? And you're like, not sure. Talk to Kyle. Talk to Kyle about that. So we grew over the years. We grew to 42 offices by 2016. We sold out late 2016 and then got on the financial planning bandwagon because we found out we could do a lot more for clients by utilizing financial services. And that's how Jesse and I met.
Yeah, so my first interaction with Rob I mean, I've heard about Rob and Mr. Taxes and whatnot through a couple of my circle of friends through the years. And I always had an accountant, so I wasn't, looking for somebody else. But then last year, I was going through all of my financial statements, just cleaning my life up a little bit, because a lot of times things can get out of hand quickly and you don't even realize it. And so I was cleaning some stuff up, and one of my other buddies had just gone through the 10-year tax review through the Dollar Tax Club with Rob and Mr. Taxes. And he ended up getting a decent return back. So I was like, I gotta at least, check this out, see what it's all about. So I contacted Mr. Taxes and the team and went through the whole process and had a couple of meetings with Rob. And through some conversations, he discovered that one of my passions is helping with automations, building systems and processes, and just making, affiliate programs and dreams come to life, really. And so through that, we ended up partnering up on the back end of Mr. Tax's Dollar Tax Club. And now I'm in charge of running the back end system, the affiliate program, the marketing materials, and just like a lot of the components, technical components. And then I'm also life insurance licensed, which was something that Rob and I had chatted about. And I didn't even know at the time that there was a Mr. Insurance division. But then, he laid out the plan there. And now, being from Alberta, I'm running the Alberta division for Mr. Insurance, which is super exciting as well. So yeah, it's a little bit about me and how I got here.
The short route, joke of the day. You don't want to pay taxes? It's easy. Just stop making money. But who wants to do that? You see all the homeless and people living on the downtown east side here in Vancouver. That's actually one of my passions. When I got into the accounting industry, it was through an injury in '96, which years later parlayed into the surgery. But I worked at the Vancouver Food Bank. I was their accountant for 6 years, so worked closely on the downtown east side with all the different shelters and shelters and treatment centers. I got to meet a lot of the guys. Found out that a lot of the homeless can't get medical services, even though it's free in Canada. We started filing tax returns for people living on the downtown east side. We volunteered a couple times a year in the shelters, because you can go in to any hospital in Canada and get initial treatment. You could go in and get a cast put on, or get stitches. But once you go in, you let the cat out of the bag that you're not covered. So when you go back to get the stitches out, they won't treat you. You go back to get the cast off, they won't treat you. So that's where the issues start on the medical side. There's also tax credits and social assistance. That's on the low end of the spectrum. But we work with clients all the way up to, I think our biggest client was $150 million in real estate. So anywhere in between. But I like this joke that Alicia put together. And again, we are the side hustle for your side hustle. So if you get a side hustle going, if you're an affiliate marketer, the link is there on the bottom, and Alicia will get those into the chat area. But those that link or QR code will bring you to our affiliate program, which in the back end, Jesse can tell you more about it. We're using Kartra, and Kartra is it's an all-in-one tool to run affiliate programs, marketing materials, landing pages, funnels, email softwares, pretty much everything. So it's where I spend most of my time. And that's where our guests come in today, Trent and Kyle. So let's give yourselves an introduction again, just a little bit of background, how you got to where you are, and then we'll jump right in and allow you guys to share the screen, give our viewers a look at the software, drop some links as well where they can go to get a sneak preview of the software or sign up for a trial. And we'll have those on replay. So if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, those links will be in the area below. If you're watching live here, what are we, August 17, 2022? Yeah, it'll be in the chat area on the right side. So thanks. Who wants to start?
I'll start. Thanks so much, Rob, for having Trent and I on here. Thanks, Jesse. So yeah, how did we get started? So I guess we could back it up 6 years getting started in door-to-door sales, and then moving forward into online marketing and paid advertising and setting up those kinds of campaigns with, email sequences, automations, things like that. And I had this friend from high school reached out to me 2 years ago, knocking on my door, trying to get me to come out to lunch with him. I said, buzz off, I'm busy. 6 months later, he asked me again. I said, okay, I'll come to lunch. Went to lunch, said, oh, what is this stuff? He was telling me about this video production, social media stuff. I said, none of that. 6 months later, he sits me down again, says, Kyle, come on, man, let's do this. Like, look at this business. I said, oh, there's actually something here. And so I came on the sales and finance side, and we started just acquiring customers and doing really great work. And Trent built an amazing team, and we have different softwares that we leverage in our system. And so Trent managing the entire team gave us the opportunity to really make a splash in the local market. And so we've been able to help local businesses, primarily real estate agents and mortgage brokers, which we want to talk to you about today, but also works for affiliate marketers, how we've been able to help people get noticed in their local area, generate organic leads, and expand their businesses as much as they want. We have clients in the States, we have clients in Canada, resources, tools, or wherewithal to use data, collect data, track data, and make decisions from it. So we're able to work with a select number of clients, and from there, we really can go deep with them. So I'll turn it over to Trent. He's going to tell you a little bit about his story, talk a little bit about our system, just share some of his knowledge around social media and Google My Business, because he's really the brains behind the production.
And Trent, we were chatting before we went live. You said that you only have 40 spots available for clients that you work with, and you have a couple more open. I'd like you to elaborate on that, how you can, how you limit that and the reasons why, so you can focus. I really like the points you touched on about how you limit that number so you can focus on those limited number of clients. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like my whole plan is here. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that, and so you guys can know a little bit why we limit our seats. But basically, we work with only 40 people at a time, and that's specifically because we want to have the best quality control, and we want to deliver the best results. Right? We're a very data-driven company. Right? We're not just about, hey, content. Right? We look at the numbers. We're looking at how can we put money back in your pocket. Right? And yeah, so my name's Trent, and my story kind of starts back when I was 18. YouTube, into making content there, viral content there. Went into video production. Started a software company that had 100,000 daily users. That
you said it's about 40 to 45 minutes. So we always ask our viewers to grab a notepad. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, you can rewind and get those golden nuggets. But just sit back and enjoy the fruits of the presentation here. Study the roots later. Yeah, awesome.
Exactly. Get a pen and paper. Let's go. Let's do it. So I will share my screen here. Let me know when you guys, it's good. You able to see this?
Yeah, that looks great. And we'll stay on in the background, Trent. If you have any technical issues or anything, if you want to share some links, mention them. Alicia's working in the background. She has your main link already in the chat area. So take it away, guys. And I'm sure you're going to bounce back and forth between you and Kyle. So we'll see you guys in about 40 minutes, and we'll just sit back and we might chime in with some questions.
Absolutely, for sure. Sounds great. And Kyle, feel free to jump in too. But yeah, so again, my name's Trent Stonehouse. I'm one of the founders of Verse Look. And in about the next 45, 50 minutes, you're going to learn how to create a lasting transformation in your business. And this is my exact proven social media strategy to close more deals every month with organic leads that come directly to you in as little as 90 days without needing to prospect, door knock, or cold call. Mind you, guys, this is here for, we work with a lot of realtors, mortgage brokers. It'll work with affiliate marketers. We work with 25 different industries, and I'll take you through that here. But stick around to the end because I got a small little gift for everyone, and I promise it's going to be worth your time. So there's some distractions around us. I know we might have Facebook. Just please make sure to commit staying focused. Turn off your phone. Give me your complete attention because what I'm going to share with you can definitely change your business for the better. So why am I qualified to talk on this, guys? Here's my story so far. I have experience in about 25 different industries, everything from real estate, finance, hospitality, you name it. And the select clients we choose to work with will collectively generate over $50 million this year. And we've helped these people get a thriving and successful life in business by giving them what I'm sharing with you here today. Okay, so do me a favor, close your eyes. I want you to picture your business dominating your market. I want you to imagine what your life would be like if you had clients constantly coming to you directly for free every single month. All right, you can open your eyes again if you're playing along there, but maybe that's more free time to spend with your family, not needing to really do as much annoying email follow-ups or small talk with folks. Is it unlocking financial freedoms, right? So a lot of you guys, I know that this is probably not the first time Robert's had someone on here talk to you guys about social media, things like this. But the first thing I want to mention is that if you failed at marketing your business on social media in the past, it's definitely not your fault. There's a lot of noise out there and a lot of different platforms and features, which can make things very confusing. And many times that information overload keeps you from success. And it's okay, because if you've been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed with marketing your business online, I want to put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need the right person to actually show you how it's done. So a lot of marketing agencies out there these days, they want you to think that you need to buy a $1,500 logo, or that you should pay them $5,000 a month just for ad campaigns alone, which generate terrible cold leads, or that you should need to get a flashy $10,000 website, and that won't actually magically draw in any new traffic. Like, we're not living in Harry Potter land here. So I'm here to tell you that they're clearly wrong, and they have their own reasons for wanting you to think that way, but it's not true. And yeah, if you ever thought these things were overpriced or pointless, you're probably right. Most marketing agencies really want to hold you captive, right? They want to make you dependent on them so they can continue to sell you high ticket offers that generate pretty much no results. So the difference with us, we spoke about it just briefly beforehand, is that we only care whether or not we're putting cash back into your pockets, right? We're not putting, so we're completely data driven and focused on proven strategies that we've used to double our clients' businesses.
Just a quick note, Trent. Yeah, the slides aren't changing on my screen. Maybe somebody could put a note in the chat.
I'm not. Slides. I haven't changed it yet.
Well, that would be a very good reason why they're not changing.
Yeah, I'm about.
I'll go back to sleep here and let you carry on, man.
So Trent, let's start talking about some of these. Let's start talking about some of these strategies. These folks are probably wondering, okay, you're getting me all excited. What's this all about?
Yeah, definitely. I'll let me
for one.
Kind of get into that. Then.
Jesse was fired up all week for you guys to come on, so I can imagine some of the listeners, people that are going to be watching on the replay.
Yeah, so for sure. Yeah, let me get there. So for you guys, so basically, I'll just take you through it here. My goal for this presentation is to help two types of people. You know, those who are beginners. I'm going to show you the proven process, and you'll know exactly how to get started online and how to turn viewers into clients. And for more experienced people, you're going to know how to 10x your brand, how to cut out prospecting, and get an unfair advantage during a tightening market with the efforts to focus and know exactly what efforts to focus your attention on to actually make you money. So in the next 60 minutes, well, I guess 45 here, right, what we're talking about is, contrary to popular belief, social media is actually the key to unlocking more time and participating in life activities and spending more time with your family and venturing the world, right? I'm going to show you my proprietary process that will make it actually super simple for you to achieve those results. And, in the past 3 years, I've had an amazing opportunity to work with some Tom Ferry coaches, consult some brokerages like Remax, and work with professionals, like I said, in 25 different industries. And we've worked with so many people, and that's kind of how we've been along with it. I want to say though first, it hasn't always been this way. I come from nothing. I have no business background. I've never been in a position where I was like financially blessed growing up. And, in fact, growing up, we lost our house. We went bankrupt twice. My dad was always away working out of the house, trying to catch up. And it was always because of, you just trying to catch up the whole time. Right. And, it would be hard weeks, right? They chose how they would spend their weeks, months, years, and decades of their life, and it kind of put us into a position where, our family struggled to really, put any kind of food on the table. And I got this one memory where, we went through another day where my dad's just saying, "Hey, what do you want for dinner again?" one night. And it was between like Honey Nut Cheerios and Sugar Crisp. And so I always chose Sugar Crisp. So it's kind of like where my background came from, and I knew from that point, I never wanted to have this type of life for myself. So I wanted to take control of my own destiny. And this is what led me pursue a life in entrepreneurship and business, as I saw it was like the only way to survive and thrive. Just like most, though, dozens of times before, I failed dozens of times, right? I started my entrepreneurial journey, like I mentioned earlier, at 18. That's when I started a YouTube channel, and it was really showing some big results. I was able to generate 30,000 subscribers and 6 million channel views, and my best performing video had 880,000 views alone. But I did lose everything. I got hacked from just being a public figure like that, but I walked away with a lot of experience and how to edit viral videos and build a brand on social media. And I still have the formula still to this day that creates that explosive growth. My next venture, I was 21 years old, and which was a video production company. I've worked with DOLLARTAXCLUB and Open Road. We worked mostly in the luxury dealerships like Bentley, Audi, and Mercedes. And although things were really good, I decided to walk away from that because I thought I could go bigger, right? And that's what led me to start my software company, right? And so I left that behind. But what I got from my video production company was I got the experience of how to build and grow effective teams. So the software company, like I mentioned, in just about a 12-month period, we did grow really fast. We had 6,000 influencers on our platform, and we worked with over 100,000 daily. We had 100,000 daily users on our platform. But things went like way too viral, but at a speed that just like ripped our wheels off the bus and totally broke us. And the project kind of put me into a harder position, taught me a lot about, advertising though, and more further my knowledge of social media. But it kind of caught me in this like bad position. I went in debt, and the failure made me, just feel like I was becoming more like my parents at that point. Things definitely took a turn though when I was 25, and I started working the same job though as my dad. It was a never-ending, constant reminder of all my mess ups. And I remember like yesterday, I was like beating my head against the glass of this truck I was driving. I was trying to figure out how to escape the position I was in. And that's when, by the grace of God, my family member, I call him like my brother-in-law, gave me a call, and he was like, really just sparked some hope in me because he knew about my journey. He's seen my past accomplishments. He had asked me if I wanted to start making videos and build up his social media for his company called Ogbo down in Seattle. And he told me to form another company and he would be my first client. So obviously, without a doubt, I took him up on it, and I immediately formed a video production and social media company that later, became Verse Look. So I called my partner, my girlfriend. I did this though, before I did this, and I told her, hey, I'm stepping away, I'm leaving that safe, comfortable job to pursue this new idea. And with good reason, as she saw me fail a dozen times before, she told me this was my last attempt and to make it happen or she was leaving. So, it was kind of in a tight spot there. So, but lucky for me, my brother-in-law, Sam, who has Ogbo, he works with a ton of different realtors, and he was able to refer a couple people to me. And with my video editing skills, knowledge of social media and team building, I was able to ramp up the company pretty quickly. The problem came later, which was that I was only really doing Instagram and YouTube for my clients. And I kind of bottlenecked myself. And everyone was asking me a lot, like, hey, I want some more like services. What else can you do for me here? And then I started seeing clients leave me for, other companies that can provide a more all-in-one service. It's almost like a snowball effect, right? And with the lack of assistance that I could provide, I found it very difficult to scale at a certain point. And it was either I give up and my partner leaves me, or I keep this original game plan and dig myself back into debt, like my previous startup. And both options seemed horrible, and I felt completely hopeless. But fast forward about a week later, I went down to Seattle, spent some time with Sam, and shadow him. So Sam was showing me all about insider strategies of marketing on Google, more specifically, Google business profiles. And here's the thing, the more he shared with me and explained to me about Google business profiles, the more I realized that Google profiles were developed to function just like social media platforms. Take note of this, okay? Because just like any other social media platform, you need to regularly pump content into it. And this is something that people don't do on their Google profiles, or frankly, are not even aware of how to do this. And Sam said, just by doing this one thing, he would rank one of his clients to the top of search results fairly quickly. It honestly blew my mind when I discovered that Google wants you to pump content into your profile. I got so excited, and I immediately started implementing a handful of new strategies that he had taught me, right? And it was like Sam said, I started to rank to the top of search results. And my agency is now #1 for social media in our city. And because of these strategies I now have, my profile on Google now gets thousands of views and acquires leads on autopilot every single day. And its results for our business generating $114,000 every year just from Google. And it's actually going to be more than that now.
Just to cut in here, like on average, every week we get 2 to 4 phone calls from Google and organic places. And what Trent's saying here is that Google is a social media profile. It's a platform for you to utilize. So one of the simplest things that you could do is start posting to your Google My Business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was this epiphany, guys, that really just sent me down that rabbit hole to really improve myself. And I began studying like greats like Barry Posner. He's a professor of leadership at Santa Clara University in California. And I really started diving deep into Russell Brunson, American author and renowned storyteller, right? So I got so excited. I started managing more of my clients, more than just my clients' Instagram and YouTube. Like I said, we took on their Google. We practically took on their entire online presence, actually. And we managed to work with a variety of franchises, real estates, agents, charities, whatever, you name it. And I found some content worked with better online businesses, and other content we made worked better with service-based businesses. And we've tested hundreds of different marketing strategies, video formats, and messaging. We've tried it all. And eventually we found the frameworks that work best for converting viewers into leads and to 10x brands. So, each market my company has went into, if we created the right content and applied our strategies, they would find explosive growth overnight on their platforms that we manage. And I mean overnight. It's not like months, it's 14 days pretty much.
So this specific example, we were running campaigns and we were just using static images. And then finally we got the client to send us some content, some video, raw files, raw footage. We put that into an ad and it started converting like crazy. And this is where what we always knew, there's like special content that's actually conversion content.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to dive into what makes conversion content click, how you can achieve that, right? And exciting as this is, we've used this framework almost in every industry, right? Including this one brick and mortar shop who sold wheelchairs. We took their business, check this out, we took their business from negative to net profitable in 60 days. And they didn't even have a website yet. They didn't even have a website.
How did
That's
we do
how
that?
powerful. Well, we're going to get into that. This is how powerful it is having the right framework and marketing strategies, team behind you. Their sales increased by 300%. And so after I expanded this knowledge and what it takes, I was able to really leave that job I was working with my dad and operate my agency full time. And I've been able to take full control of my destiny. And, as cool as that might sound, We've been able to work with so many entrepreneurs and be part of their success stories and join them in their journeys to give more, be more, do more, and serve more in their communities. All right, so this is where Kyle's really eager to jump in here, right? We're gonna go over it right here. This is the 3 secrets, right? This is where we're gonna cover, you know, the next 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna show you how to build a fire and explode your brand online. So we're gonna be covering, you know, secret number 1, secret number 2, secret number 3, and let's dive into that. So secret number 1, how to optimize your social media to rank number 1 in your market. So remember earlier how I was telling you about the framework we developed that allowed to give clients, you know, their business a transformation and find explosive growth online? This is where you really want to take your pen and paper and take notes, because I'm going to walk you through this framework, and I call it hacking the algorithm. So early on, before TikTok and Logan Paul was a thing, I was on YouTube making viral content. I was funneling viewers from my Instagram to my YouTube, to my Twitch profile, from Twitch to Twitter, whatever, right? And before I hit any level of success in the platform, I was just trying to find an escape. I really just used this as an outlet to get away from the hell that we had at home. And I launched this vlog gaming channel. I was a total nerd, still kind of nerdy, but lucky for me, I was really good, and I was able to get brought onto a couple esports teams where I competed for money regularly, and I was starting to really make some noise naturally online. And one day, this large media company called BBTV, based out of downtown Vancouver, Canada, they picked me up and they signed me on as a creator, and they assigned an entire division of their marketing team to work with me once a week, 1-to-1, and advise me on which type of content to make. And they educated me on the algorithm of YouTube and other social platforms like Instagram so I could expand my reach. And the process for beating the algorithm was shockingly universal. It applies to Google, it applies to TikTok, whatever. But it makes total sense. The algorithms aren't significantly different. They're able to, they're all built to function just like any other social platform. So here it is. Hacking the algorithm, how to optimize your social media and rank number 1 in your market. We're going to be covering step 1, prioritizing the key social media platforms. We're going to dive into that. Number 2, discover the 4 magic keywords. Number 3, implement the 4 magic keywords. Number 4, leverage short form video content. Number 5, feed the beast, get more reviews. And number 6, digital door knock, okay? And this was a blessing, a rare opportunity for me to work so closely with a multi-million-dollar marketing company, right? They gave me the knowledge that funded my success. And we've helped, this franchise, J Clinics, increase their viewership from 10 views to 10,000 views on YouTube with their videos. And this is long format video, which is significantly harder to get views on. So let's go through it. Step 1, prioritize the key social media platforms. You're probably asking, what are those? They're Google, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Step 2, discover your 4 magic keywords. Put simply, this is your industry, profession, city, and the product or service you sell, okay? And so just to give you an example, industry, real estate, profession, agent, real estate agent, realtor, whatever. Number 3, maybe they work out of Vancouver. So Vancouver is their city. And number 4, what is the product or service they sell? They help first-time home buyers or selling homes. Number 3, implement the 4 magic keywords. Because of time restraints, we got a lot more to cover. Put simply, this is utilizing those 4 magic keywords and variations of them. And you're going to put that in your title, description, and use them as tags or hashtags in your post across all platforms, which I just listed. And yes, this does apply to Google. You want to put these in your Google posts. Your content will rank higher, yes, on YouTube when someone's searching for these things, right? You're utilizing those, and you're going to have a significantly higher reach. Step 4, leveraging short form video content. Every platform is copying TikTok right now. Short form videos right now are getting nutty amount of views. And it's no secret that video is the most dominant form of content. So start uploading these. It's what every platform wants you to upload. And guess what? Yes, Google's the same way. Google loves short form video content. That really blew my mind when I discovered that as well. Step 5, you need to feed the beast. All right, this is huge. This is huge. There are 5.6 billion searches every day on Google. To put that in perspective, that is 96% of all daily searches. And to spend your time and resources getting reviews on any other platform is frankly a waste of your time. This is where everyone searches for everything first. You need a mechanic, you're going on Google. You need a plumber, you're searching on Google. The more reviews you get, the more credible you are to Google, and the higher it will rank you. Think about it. Google's primary objective is to give its users the best experience possible. And what better experience to show its users the most active, incredible business related to their search results. Number 6, digital door knocking. Just to sum it up really quickly, this is doing genuine interactions on platforms such as commenting, liking, or sharing content. This is where you're going to do a lot more of the labor work to kind of grow your reach. It's being active on the platform. And being active, not only will it help you build your brand, grow your reach, but it'll also help the platform start recommending you to more of its users. Sorry, go ahead, Kyle.
So Trent, how would you recommend somebody do digital door knocking?
Yeah, with digital door knocking, you're really going to want to go underneath the city that you're geo-targeting. So let's talk about Instagram. So if you're tagging Vancouver, you're going to go into that location and you're going to start knocking on doors, liking, commenting. And I'm not talking about just a fire emoji or something. Like, start to try to make a genuine conversation, something where it's going to spark some interest. You're going to want to share if you want to your friends, whatever. You want to be active. You can also direct message these people, just saying, hey, well done, whatever. And you can let the conversation spark from there. But that's how you digital door knock. And you can come at it with some strategic conversations as well.
Great. One of the things that we've done with clients is sent prospects and people who have came on their profiles short videos to watch to get familiar with them, a way to personalize that. And the digital door knocking is a high leverage, requires a lot of time. So you may not want to do it yourself. Usually clients hire us to do things like this because it does take 5 to 10 hours a week. So this might be something you outsource to somebody on your team.
Yeah. And through this process, we played a really good part in scaling Algo's brand online, because remember, he brought us on to work with their brand. And just a few days ago, they're now recognized as the 778th fastest growing private company in the United States. So really proud of my family member right there. Sam's the man. And yeah. So moving on to this, secret number 2. This is the exact content that put out that turns viewers into clients. Really, really take note of this, okay? So my whole goal has always been trying to empower entrepreneurs. And I know firsthand how hard it is to build a company without the right systems and a team in place. And often you got to do all that alone for months or even years because of how expensive it can be, and just to put it all together. So if I can help someone reach their goals and save them time and put money back in their pockets, man, there's no better feeling than that. And so that's why I built our agency, to provide people with an entire team that doesn't just work with them, but with them on projects as well. It's a huge factor, right? They're not just working for them, they're working with them. While everything has been amazing and customer feedback has been awesome, we did sometimes have clients question our team's decisions on the content we put out. Also, we did at one point run into a problem, which was that a handful of our clients would pay us to edit their short form video content, but they never even would start. They were afraid to hit that record button. They would freeze and get nervous because they didn't know what to make their videos about. And every industry is so different, right? And the truth is, I don't know every single industry in the world. And obviously, because of this, I was unable to make specific video topic recommendations to my clients, right? And this really got me to start reflecting on this situation, looking for a solution. And one day I came across this TEDx talk by Barry Posner. He's a best-selling American author, professor of leadership at Santa Clara University down in California. And he started by highlighting some really powerful things. He starts his presentation by simply asking, why would anyone want to pay attention to you? Why would anyone do what you ask them to do? Why would anyone buy a product from you? Why would anyone follow you? He continues to say, you need to build a following. What defines leaders is that they have followers. In fact, it's hard to believe someone is a leader if they don't have any followers. And that's straight from Barry. And that kind of like, whoa, hit me, because this just blew my mind, because all the studies that he was showing, yes, in fact, vanity metrics like followers do matter. They play a significant part in a consumer's perspective to someone. All along, I was looking at getting my clients metrics that just showed what I believe to be real results, like clicks or conversions. So I bring this in because, yeah, you guys should pay attention to this. And I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I probably watched that presentation a few dozen times now, no joke. And so check this on. He goes on to ask, what is it then that we look for? What is it that you and I look for in people that we would be willing to follow? And more than 30 years ago, he asked that question to 6,000 managers across the United States. And they followed that study up and asked another 7,000 people in the federal government that same question. And over the last 3 decades, they've been asking that question to everyone. And the results were practically the same. And in his book, The Leadership Challenge, he goes more in depth with these results. And I spent the next 11 hours studying his book because his 5 pillars that form leadership, I would eventually take and adapt to form my marketing content pillars for dominating a local community. So let's go into the exact content to put out that turns viewers into clients. Number 1 is trustworthiness. Number 2, model the way. Number 3, inspire a shared vision. Number 4, challenge the process. Step 5, encourage the heart. And step 6, enable others to act. We're going to go into this in a second, but Barry's work just gave me exactly what I needed to share with my clients. With these pillars, our clients can refer to them and never run out of video ideas. And these pillars of our now that our clients have, they have all the content they need to go out there and turn their viewers into clients, right? And it's just a really great way to produce effective branded content. And you can use it for your video content and everything. So let's just go into teaching it, right? So I'm going to break it down for you guys. And this is exact content. And I love that we have 6 pillars here because it's the content. It's pretty much content for every day of the week. So step 1, trustworthiness. You got to prove that people can trust you, right? That's number 1. And how we like to do this is through highlighting a client's Google review on social media. This is big, right? Step 2, model the way. You need to demonstrate that you practice what you preach. You need to. Number 3, inspired a shared vision. Remind people of the ultimate outcome and why it's worth it. I want you to share your story and how and when you accomplish the dream outcome. So for example, if you're a realtor or something like that, the outcome would be buying that home. So you want to remind people of that outcome and why it's worth it. Step 4, challenge the process. You need to tell people what makes you different from others. What makes you maybe a little bit more innovative. Number 5, encourage the heart. The best way to do this, that Barry says, and through their studies, is that you need to show success stories. You need to talk about success stories. It's all about social proof. And number 6, enable others to act. My God, so many people don't have this one, and it blows my mind, but it's probably one of the most important ones. Put simply, what is your offer? How can you help me, the people, take action right now? All right? These are your fundamental 6 pillars that build leadership and credibility. Okay? Now, you've heard me mention this story a couple times already, and it really does reflect what I shared with you just now. Travis Allred is a realtor in Cache Valley, Utah. He has dominated his local community and is one of the highest producing agents down there in his market. And everyone in his city knows him, respects him, and he's considered to be a really credible leader. And he's doubled his business in the past 18 months working with us. and has a handful of other agents that want mentorship from him. He's at a point right now where he's in a crossroad where he's considering starting his own brokerage with all the success he's built up so quickly. So number 3, the third secret, all right? This is the perfect kit. The equipment you need to easily record great content that will 10x your brand, okay? The biggest hurdle for so many people is getting started. That is the same for business. You might have a buddy that says, oh, I want to get into business. Just start. But they don't. I don't know. Oftentimes, it's like pulling teeth. I would tell our clients all the time, just turn on the camera and go at it. And I think there's some hesitation for people and they battle with this because they think they need the best setup and they take forever to get around to filming it because they don't want to spend a couple $1,000s on a setup. I get it though. Production value. It increases consumers' perceived value and status of what's being presented to them. I think everyone here is pretty much on the same page, yeah? And I was recently just having a conversation with my buddy Miguel Batista. He owns a video production company that we're currently in the process of acquiring. And I was telling him about the situation. And he had recently gone down to Vegas to the Grow with Video 2022 conference that had speakers like Gary Vee that you're seeing here on the screen, Alex Hormozi. I don't know if you haven't seen him. I don't know where you are. You've been under a rock. And Patrick Bet-David, just to name a few. And from what they were saying, they also did highlight the importance of having a good setup, okay? So not that long ago, me and Miguel sat down. We put together a really solid list of equipment that wasn't going to break someone's bank and had no learning curve involved to use the gear, and that gave a really great production value. And that is the perfect kit, right? The cinematic recording, the Lee Reel plug-play lapel mic, the Yodo C version tripod, and the Altson lighting kit. And with this kit, I've personally made short form videos that look brilliant, and my content that uses this setup reaches thousands of people and improves my brand's image and perceived status. Just actually today, Kyle had a call this morning from someone just seeing our video on Instagram. This is the power of short form video content, and you need to have quality to back it. All right, let's go down and break it through. You can get all of this on Amazon, by the way. So cinematic recording. This is a feature that newer iPhones have. This feature alone can single-handedly up your production value. However, it isn't necessary as long as you have the rest of the equipment that I'm talking to you about right here and that we're going to go through. So number 2.
And just a quick note, Trent, sorry to jump in, but Kyle's been dropping some bombs here in the chat area. I know that if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, we're going to, I think probably best to have a couple of those links, but maybe one main link, Kyle, that you know, our listeners, your viewers, our raving fans can go to. One link where you can get, you know, this information. And then more importantly, how to sign up with you guys for one of those 6 remaining spots.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll take you guys through the last kit here, and then I'll show you how we can get those 6 spots going. And yeah, so again, guys, yeah, you definitely want a good microphone. You know, AirPods like this is not going to cut it. You know, these are wireless microphones that I personally use to record my videos, and it plugs right into your phone, and it gets you studio quality audio, and it runs you only about $60. All right. And like I said, I had another professional videographer help me put this kit here together. So number 3, this is the Yodo C version tripod. This is a solid tripod for your phone with the remote control options. And this will run you about $35. And number 4, the Altson lighting kit. The Altson lighting kit is great. It's LED, comes with a tripod, and you have the option to adjust the brightness and the color. And this will ring you up just about $60. And just like I mentioned earlier, with a good setup, you will in fact increase your status and 10x your brand. You're going to look like a superstar. So Robert was just kind of telling you guys that we had like some seats left, but we're going to get in that in just 2 seconds. But I want to ask you a question. If you followed what I showed you in secret number 1 and you optimized your social media so you rank number 1 in your market, and then you did what I showed you in secret number 2 and made content that followed those 6 pillars, that will make you a leader in your community so you can turn your viewers into clients. And then you've got yourself everything from secret number 3 to easily record high value content that will 10x your brand. Do you think you can be successful? And let me ask you a question. How many of you are, excited about what we just talked about? I don't know if the chat, I don't think I have it open, but yeah, I mean, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's okay too. We went through a lot of stuff here, but Robert, I guess, yeah, you kind of giving me the green light. Is it okay if I just spend 5-10 minutes really quick going over this offer I put together just for this?
Go over that.
Okay, cool.
For the listeners, man. This is a one-shot deal, but it's going to be on the replay. I know this may be a limited time offer because those seats I know are going to fill fast. You've dropped lots of content here, lots of nuggets that the listeners can use themselves. But it's either done for you, do it yourself, or fall off the wagon.
Exactly. You said it right there. You just said it. Absolutely. I don't need to tell you, life isn't getting easier. That's a fact. The question is, what are you going to do to differentiate yourself in the difficult times ahead? Finding qualified employees has become very difficult, and it's become harder to make sales and remain profitable. And that's why I put together this super special package for you guys. And at this point, you choose how you want to experience the next weeks, months, year, or decade of your life, okay? When you work with us, you're going to be able to have an unfair competitive advantage during this tightening market and leverage the way consumers choose to do business, and by giving you the ability to do more, be more, serve more in your community. When you have this package, you're going to be able to get rid of that feeling of being burnt out, unfulfilled, or stuck working your business rather than on it at a level that's keeping you from participating in any kind of life activities. And when I first tried figuring this out myself, I ran into a big roadblock. I didn't have the right instruments available to me. And if you're a pilot, people die in bad weather because when they get into bad weather, they aren't able to use their instruments. It's the same reason why people die in business all the time. They don't have the instruments. It's all about having the right systems, processes, and team so you can have that and dominate. And I had to go out and create this for myself. I had to spend countless hours and years working with media teams, watching lectures, reading, working under my mentors, and spending roughly $340,000 paying my team to work through this with me, and another $55,000 to my marketing coach to figure out effective ways to develop the solution and get what I have here today. But I don't want you to go and recreate that wheel. I've already got the proven system, process, and data-driven team, and I'm just going to give it to you. All right. So some of you probably thinking, hey, I got to put in a lot of work myself. Is it going to take up a lot of my time? But actually, this is a completely done for you service, which I'm going to highlight here in a second. But of course, those who take the vested interest in their business, which I suggest you do, will get even more and dominate even more. So when you sign up, you're going to get instant access to our local Launchpad social media service. And the breakdown is you're going to rank first page in 90 days on Google. That's $1,000. You're going to get Google content posts, $150. Instagram development, $1,000. Facebook development, $1,000. LinkedIn development, $1,500. Weekly short form video content edits, $1,000. Digital door knocking, $450, and unlimited graphic design request, $1,000. So the total value is $7,100 a month. Just a quick recap of what we're going to be doing here. So week 1, we're going to onboard you. Week 2, we're going to review the first batch of content that we put together for you. Week 3, we're going to begin to optimize your social media profiles. Then by week 4, we should have your preferences sorted. Week 5, we look at your account together. We sit down, we see how you're performing, come up with an action plan. And finally, week 6, we'll streamline everything for your convenience. And now let me show you someone who's actually had a chance to go through this entire process with us. Basically, this is Josh. He's the business development guy over at West Key Graphics. They do roughly $40 million a year. He's saying how everyone from their president to has to see everything is really who want an unfair advantage and this tightening market and who are ready to close more deals every month with organic leads that come directly to them. And you might be thinking, hey, you can't get started. I don't think social media is going to work for me. And here's why that's a mistake. Far too often, people put blindfolds on trying to tell themselves this explosive growth opportunity online doesn't exist. And for what? You're choosing to let one of the best times in history for insane growth fly by you. And it doesn't make any sense. So my offer doesn't stop here with just the local Launchpad social media service. You're also going to get instant access to an assigned team. Total value is $1,600 a month. So that includes an account executive, $500, project manager, $2,000. You're going to get a creative director, another $2,000. You're going to get a copywriter, $1,500. You're going to get a graphic designer, $1,500. You're going to get a marketing coordinator, another $1,200, and a video editor for $1,000. That's $9,700 a month. Now, I wanted to show you Travis and what he has to say, but he goes and says, hey, you know, we've doubled our business in 18 months. Everyone thinks that they can do social media themselves, but in fact, you're really limiting yourself and you can't take care of the other higher level stuff that you really should be doing. And that's kind of what he talks about here. Fortunately, I couldn't share the sound here, but yeah.
Well, possibly what we can do, Trent and Kyle, is put a link to these videos, these testimonials in the replay on YouTube. And, you know, if you have them, quickly pop them in the chat area, but we'll definitely get these testimonials up in the YouTube and the replay links.
Awesome. Yeah, you can actually find Travis's testimonial on our website. Josh's is not on there, but yeah. And finally, the last one right here, you're going to get access to our proprietary automation software. Okay. So this is the grand total of the whole thing is $1,900 a month. And I'll break it down for you. So this is review acquisition software, $500. Centralized real-time live reporting, and that comes with your analytics, everything from everywhere, $2,000. Centralized communication, and that's $250. So total value is $2,750. And I had two more little quick testimonials. This is Chris Donnell. He's one of the top performing realtors in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada. He was recognized as the top 30th best real estate agent for having the best social media in Canada. And he's seen his views go from about 1,000 to 10,000 working with us. So his reach is significantly grown. This is Carmen. She's also a realtor in Richmond, and she's been in the business for a long time, and she's just had her best year ever working with us. And she says it's all because all I did was up my brand, do my social media, and implemented marketing strategies. We're all she uses, right? So this is the big thing right here. So what you're going to get the local Launchpad social media service, $7,100, right? That's ranked first page on Google in 90 days. Google content posts, Instagram development, Facebook development, LinkedIn development, short form video content edits, digital door knocking, unlimited graphic design. You're going to get the assigned team. That's another $9,700. That's an account executive, project manager, creative director, copywriter, graphic designer, marketing coordinator, video editor. You're also going to get proprietary software, which is our review acquisition software. So you get more reviews easily, effortlessly, and centralized live reporting and centralized communication. Another $2,750. This total is $19,550 a month. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge you $1,900 a month. But if I did charge you $1,900 a month, and all it did was let you close more deals every month with organic leads that come directly to you in as little as 90 days without needing a prospect, door knock, or cold call, would it be worth it? If all this did was got your social media to rank #1 in your market and 10x your brand, would it be worth $1,900? If all this did was allow you to create content that turned viewers into clients, would it be worth $1,900?
$19,000.
Not yet. Sorry, $19,000. $19,000. And I had two choices with this. I could go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible. But the problem with that is that I really couldn't, stack the value for you. There would be less quality control. And as we said earlier, we're big on that. So I decided to go with the second option, which was obviously requires a slightly higher investment on your side. But in exchange for that, my team can dedicate more time, energy, and resources to helping guarantee your success. So if you had a successful social media that was making you money Would it be worth it to you? How much would you pay to have that successful brand on social media? All right. You could probably see why people like Alex Mosey here, you've had to have seen this guy. He's taken over the internet. He pays $30,000 a month for his social media marketing team because it's not a cost, it's an investment. All right. You've already seen how it's worth $19K. And even at $6K a month, it's a great deal. But because we're here right now and I have a few seats left, that's 6 to be in fact, I'm going to give it to you for a very special offer here. So right now, the price is only $2,500 a month. And Kyle, you can go ahead and put your link in the chat so people can book a call with you, because that's all you need to do is book a call with Kyle. Okay? And that's it. And because you've invested this time with us and you've proven that you really want to get this going for yourself, I put this offer for the webinar. And if you were to go try to get this from any other company, you'd have the service probably cost you around $10,000 a month. And I'm not even slightly kidding you. Okay? Because we have the elements of scale and we're trying to change the game, you pay only $2,500 a month. And at this point, you got 2 choices. You can choose to do nothing. And if you do nothing with this information you've learned over the last hour, what will you get? Nothing. Or you can choose to take a leap of faith and just test this out and see if it works for you. And to sweeten the pot, we're also giving you all the entire perfect kit, the equipment needed to easily record great content for free. Yes, so we're throwing that in. So that's going to get the Lee Reel Plug Play lapel mic, the Yoto C version tripod, and Alton lighting kit. It's about a $155 gift here. And it's going to save you the time on hunting down these, and we're just going to send it to you. And let me just say this is exclusive to this webinar. So if you're coming through the video, bring up Robert, right? If you're coming through right now, awesome. We know who you are, right? And if you come to us later or you're not from this webinar, well, hey, this bonus is not for you. So, and I just want to make sure this offer will actually work for you. So that's why I'm putting my money where my mouth is. We're so confident that you're going to love the service and the transformation that you'll get that I've made it truly 100% risk-free. So check this out. If we don't rank you on the first page of Google for your job and city in 90 days, and if you've made about 8 short-form video content with us, and you didn't see any impactful results from our efforts, then you're more than welcome to have a full refund. And to boot, you can keep the entire $155 recording equipment we sent you. Seriously, no hard feeling. The real question is,
got to get Jesse back on here to get some insight from our in-house marketing guru. Is that Kyle in the video?
Yeah, well, that's the real question. Yep. Is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to speak with Kyle on a call to check this offer out? Look at this handsome guy.
I've been on many calls with Kyle. Jesse, I know Jesse's video's popping up, but we're not getting the video feed. Can we hear you, Jess? I've been on many calls with Kyle. Very well spoken, keeps things clean, simple. We work with Kyle on the accounting side and the tax side on some of his personal stuff as well. But always very articulate, conveys, everything to the point, concise. I would highly recommend booking just a exploration call with Kyle. See what this offer entails. See if you can move your business to the link in the chat area if you haven't already, so it moves to the top.
Yep.
And possibly Alicia could stick it on top there. And we'll have that link in the comments below here if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube. And another link with that kit, the key equipment that you need, and possibly a third link with that's linking to the videos, your testimonials, and those other things.
I got it.
Sure, absolutely.
So there's Jesse. Yeah. Jesse's back with a vengeance.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Not sure what happened there. All of a sudden, my mic and camera just decided not to work.
You should have got that YOLO mic or camera or whatever that equipment is.
Get on these guys up, take them up on their generous offer.
Yeah.
That's an amazing value add. I did not expect you guys to come out and say, hey, we're going to give everybody this free gift. That's huge. That says a lot about you guys and your character. And, the presentation was really good, and everything that you guys talked about, I fully believe in and fully on board with.
Yeah, appreciate you saying that. And the biggest thing is the government of Canada came out with a program called the Canadian Digital Adoption Program earlier this year, and they provide $4 billion in funding to businesses to get set up digitally. So if the government's pouring that much money and funding into this, do you think it'd be a good idea for a business owner or an independent contractor or someone who's self-employed to be investing in this?
Quick question, guys, for Trent and Kyle. Were you able to get on as a service provider with that program?
We were not. We did not qualify. We did not have a degree, either of us, and we had not.
What do you need a degree for?
You needed a degree, and you needed to be in business for a certain amount of time to be brought on as a marketing service provider.
That's our government, right? The hoops,
Yeah.
The gatekeepers. Here's something funny, guys. I applied to the Sauder School of Business at UBC last year. I'm 56 years old, lived in Canada my whole life. Because I did not complete high school or have a college or university diploma or degree or bachelor or MD, whatever the letters of the day are, I had to go back and take a CELPIP English course to get into UBC, to get into the mortgage program. So I am working on my mortgage license. that will be the fourth license we need to polish everything off so we can work directly with mortgage brokers legally. And I couldn't believe it. I was the only white person in, I think there was about.
Right now, categorically, there is no institute that is equipped to train, educate, and help marketers implement what's working today. Because the only ones that know are the people in the front line. Like, there's myriads of stuff that we don't know, like conversion, funnels, landing pages. All those things are so important when used in the right arrangement that are in a song and dance together. To just say, I'm going to build a landing page and be successful, you're that's called the Hail Mary, and you should not be throwing those every week during your business. That's like at the end when you know you're going bankrupt. And even at that point, you're better off going and spending it on blackjack at the casino. So, it's about making calculated investments. And with social media, you invest to be part of the club. Well, what club are you creating that you're inviting your people to?
I had a mechanic when I lived in Surrey years ago. And I walked in, drove in one day and walked into his shop and said, "Hey, Bill, I need to look at the car. It's sputtering a bit." And he went out and he opened the hood and he looked at the engine. And he's been there about 40 years, deals with all of the dealerships out there for bigger issues and that. And he pulled a pen out of his pocket, and it didn't have he just had the shell for the pen. And he put it down on each valve and he listened to it. And he said, it's the fourth valve. He said, it's sticking a bit. He said, we'll need to change that. So that's the difference between experience and a formal education.
Yeah.
Do you want the guy that's gone through 12 years of school, lifelong learner, or do you want somebody who's been in the trenches, who served, I'm doing the quick math, but that's 34 clients you have now that you're helping get on the number one page of Google, and you got 6 spots left.
That's right.
So book that call. Kyle has it in the calendar there. So I'll pull our slide back up. And thanks a million, guys, for getting it on. Stay on till the end, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Stay on to the end. And we're doing our own little thing with our affiliate webinars. But real quickly, what's in it for clients? What's in it for brokers? What's in it for Dollar Tax Club for our affiliate webinar? And our affiliate program is, number one, it's all done for you. We have an in-house marketing team that does all the social media images for specifically mortgage brokers over the past couple of months, but more importantly for affiliate marketers. And we do all that in-house. And what's the cost on that, Jesse, for our program?
That cost is $1.
That is it. And for affiliate marketers, it's not even $1.
No, for the affiliate program, it's free. It's $0.
That's correct.
The
So brokers, sorry to scare you guys with that $1 surprise there. What's in it for clients? So if you're an affiliate marketing program and you're referring your downline or your upline, we pay a 20% referral fee on on that for clients, but we go back and do 10-year tax review. We can fast track documents for mortgage brokers or realtors needing those documents for your clients. And number one, we like, assisting clients in paying the least amount of tax possible. That's our goal. You guys, it's number one ranking on Google, or at least front page minimum, so you have visibility. But for us, it's minimum tax, maximum wealth. I like this cash flow quadrant because, Trent, you talked about that. You started your entrepreneurial career at 18, maybe not knowing the 4 quadrants, but this explains, for those that don't know it, the number one tax strategy in Canada. We've come to the conclusion that it is self-employment, because the average household spends about $10,000 that you can be writing off against your income tax bill every year, and you're spending that money anyway. So with us getting on our affiliate program, you become self-employed. So it costs you nothing to get on board, and you can move from an employee to self-employed to business owner, eventually to investor. Investor is where you have passive income and you don't have to work anymore. I don't think that would happen to any of the 3 of you. I truly believe if the people we have on our webinars, if you guys had enough money where you could retire or live off your passive income, you'd probably still be doing what you're doing.
I'd still be doing what I'm doing.
I'm addicted. It's a problem.
It is an addiction.
I mean, like, you're gonna get to the goal, and then what? There's no challenge, It's like, then we gotta have bigger problems to crunch.
I was in for surgery 2 days ago. Had 2 discs replaced, L3-4, L4-5 in my lower back, and yeah, the painkillers are starting to wear off. The intravenous painkillers from the hospital. I woke up this morning, could barely move. Set the alarm, just enough time to get on the webinar to send you guys your links and get on, but I wouldn't miss this. We're 32 weeks in now, Jesse. Haven't missed one.
I know. I seen your post yesterday on Facebook about being in the hospital after surgery, and I was like, oh dear, I don't know if he's going to make it, but here he is.
Yeah, never count him out. Never count him out. So our events, we do other events, like you guys were talking about, Trent and Kyle, about the program, government program, putting hundreds of millions of dollars into online digital marketing consultants, offering those services. We were doing the same thing with the CEBA loans, and the CEBA loans Canada Emergency Business Account, helping small businesses get $60,000, interest-free loan for 2 years, which converts at December of 2023 to a 5% loan. I think interest rates are going to be well beyond 5%. So anybody that got involved in that program, and those that succeed take action. Kyle's link is still in the chat area. You should see probably a couple signups for calls already. If not, we'll get this out on the replay. So I know Jesse always has questions because he knows this stuff inside out.
Yeah. Right. Let me say this, like, Google is probably one of the best kept secrets, like Google business profiles. People will either set them up or they don't. And if they set it up, they wipe their hands with it. But it's a social platform. And the fact that people aren't active on it, you are leaving money on the table. Like, just from Google, I think we're doing over 114,000 just from that one source.
Here's the other thing, Jesse, something to consider. A lot of folks, they think marketing, I'm going to go pay for advertising dollars and drive traffic, right? But think about, you're going to drive traffic and you don't really have an online presence, or perhaps your digital presence is like a 6 out of 10. Well, what if you had a organic base that had incredible content and videos that were dealing with objections and all this content that's on your profiles, and then you start driving traffic from there? Now you have like a 9 out of 10 credibility authority. Do you think you're going to convert more? Do you think you're going to have your salespeople who are calling leads are going to have more opportunities? Do you think that you're going to have more inbound versus pushing on Facebook? Do you like, so when we take clients on, they say, I want this, they want to buy the whole thing, right? I say, listen, we got to build the foundation before we start pouring fuel onto your fire. We need to get the fire started, get a nice little teepee going here and let it roar. So folks often do it backwards, and it's because we want to just pay dollars and have a solution and have a quick fix. And this is not a pay once, get it done, and never figure it out again. It's a constant investment in monthly contribution to your efforts. So it's a really, I think a guy like you would appreciate that coming from that kind of side of things.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. One question that did come to mind is there any, and maybe there's none, but I think you might have said this already in your presentation, but is there any industry out there that you can think of that maybe your Google profile would not be benefited from?
Yeah, so like if you're a digital, like there's this company we're talking to, they're an influencer platform. And so they're reaching out to digital companies around the world. So they don't really have any local market. So for us to develop their Google My Business to get ranked for their local market doesn't really give them a huge impact. Now, albeit setting up their Google My Business, posting to it, nurturing it, showing that they're active, that would have inherent benefit. Now, Google My Business is the best for local businesses, and it still helps digital and global businesses with their presence and credibility. So,
right, you get those reviews and everything.
Yeah, the reviews are the key, really.
Yeah, that's one of the big parts of it, for sure.
Yeah, I could see that. Reviews, algorithm boosting, all of those kind of things would be a benefit regardless.
And Google's gotten smart. Like Google reviews, they'll start disappearing. If you're not constantly feeding the machine, eventually your reviews will disappear. And
it's crazy.
It's like, whoa, they get to choose what reviews they display and not display. And so even if you have 50 in a year, you might only have 10 showing. And so you need to stay relevant. And so unfortunately, the way that these platforms are set up is they want you to consistently contribute and give your attention to them. And the more you do that, the more they'll help you get discovered. And the less you do that, the less they're going to care and give you attention.
Right. It's just like any other social platform. If you're going to go on Instagram, be active, right? If you're not active, Instagram's not going to suggest you to more users. It's the same thing how Google works. By the way, short form video content is super dominant. Everyone's trying to copy TikTok right now. Even Google loves videos. Like it's a social platform. Like you want to just start taking short form video content, make sure it's totally done up nice, and start telling stories that reflect those 6 pillars. Because those 6 pillars are not just me being another social media person saying, hey, here are some content pillars. Like this is actually science, right? This is proven on what's going to cement you as a leader. So you want to follow those.
Makes sense.
So don't have any questions here because I guess everybody knows everything or everybody's going to sign up for the program.
Hey, that's not a bad thing. Again, it was great to be on here with you both today, and appreciate the invite.
Yeah, awesome, guys. So to follow up, firstlook.com, and everything will be in the comment section if you're watching this on the replay. We're coming up to the end of the webinar here. Went a little bit over today, but I think it was well worth it. You guys dropped lots of nuggets, lots of stuff that people can do on their own, but I highly recommend, just getting on that call with Kyle, no obligation call. Just hear what they have, find out with your industry, your niche, what they can do for you.
Perfect. Thanks for having us, Robert.
Okay, what video are we going to end it off with, Jesse? Let's give the Dollar Tax Club jingle another shot here. See if it can work.
Yeah, let's do that one because it didn't really work the first time.
Yeah, and if you want to get all those nuggets, watch it on the replay on the YouTube channel. We'll see you guys next week.